frustrated.
Wet, cold, miserable. Got my advice, just don't ever buy a boat. Good morning, welcome back to another week on the boat. Now this is not something I was expecting to have to do, but I'm going to have to take the gearbox out just to explain vaguely how we got to this situation. I first noticed that drive wasn't engaging properly when we first came into the marina. I thought it was just down to cable adjustment, so I was tinkering around with that, taking a cable off and just used the sort of handle on the gearbox to change gear manually. And you can tell that going into drive or forwards, it's just not engaging any sooner than 3 or 5 seconds. So it's definitely going to have to come out. It's going to be a bit tricky. Obviously there's not that much space in the engine bay, so I'm going to sort of rig up a miter saw stand and a workbench, put a piece of timber across the top, and I've got a winch and a couple of straps which I'm hoping to be able to take the weight off, because the gearbox is actually mounted through the bell housing, so I'm going to have to, and the bell housing is actually part of the engine mounts, so I'm going to have to lift it up to get it off. Just noticed my stern gland was leaking, so I've just re-greased that, filled that back up. First job's going to be to take the exhaust back off. Now the real fun begins. Okay, our plan is some straps round the engine, round here, to take the pressure off, then I can undo the bolts, slacken off these engine mounts. Hopefully it comes out. Hopefully I don't get hurt. Got some axle stands just in case.
Go, young man.
Oh wow, thank you.
You didn't appear to have any half-black glasses.
I'll take a pint, thank you very much.
I think it's some IPA.
Lovely, thank you. Thanks for the beer, Andrew. And also, it is out. Now, I'm undecided whether to get a brand new replacement unit. They don't make this exact box anymore, and I'm not sure exactly what ratio this is, so it's a bit more of a gamble buying a new unit that might not necessarily be exactly the same, or I can send it off and get it refurbished for 400 quid, so I think I'm going to do that. Good morning. I got a bit carried away with researching the gearbox yesterday. It looks like it's a Hearth stroke ZF. I think ZF bought Hearth out 12M. They do make them still, but like I said, I'm not 100% on the ratio because the little plaque's missing that tells me, so I think I'm still going to send it off to get reconditioned. Hopefully that'll be back by the time we've got to move the boat out of the marina, but Who knows?
So today we are going to be running the cable because it's raining on and off. It's stopped now. It looks quite sunny out.
I was hammering it down a minute ago.
We need to do the vents, but in order to be able to do the vents properly, we need to be able to put the ply lining up so then we can cut holes
down through.
Yeah. So holding us up on that is just the wiring, which shouldn't take too long.
No, I mean there's holes here ready. It's in the LED lighting wiring we're running. Got some 1.5 square mil cable to go through. There's already little holes, but there's some insulation in the way, so we're going to scrape that back.
Yeah.
Run those through, figure out where the switches are going. That'll be a good inside job for today whilst the weather's a bit hit and miss. And then I'm going to come back over. Hopefully the rope's arriving to do the floor caulking. That'll be the next step because we need to do that before we do any sort of studs at all. Waiting on a bit more cladding to be painted to finish off that bit that you've seen last week. Then we can do the bulkhead.
Not last week, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. It's all merging into one big
mess.
Bloody project.
So, first of all, I am gonna cut back some of the spray. Do you want it cut all the way back like this, or do you just want it on the bits?
No, just as long as it doesn't foul the timbers.
Yeah, and so you can see these holes like
and
this.
both sides of the holes. Yeah.
All right, then. So as you can see, we have now cleared these bits with the holes. Joe put a drill through them as well, just to make sure that they're clear of any spray foam, and now to run the cables.
Should put the same one, Mike.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, alright.
Oh, this is exciting.
Bloody swept up. Oh, sorry guys.
Sorry guys. Ready? Go on. Woohoo! For anyone that likes oat milk, I love Oatly, that is like my favourite, but I could be converted, this is quite nice.
Throwing me off with her two-way switches. How simple is it? Can't just have one switch for the lights, can you? No, I want them both ends of the boat. So you got to do twice as much wiring. I went to try and get some more cable from the local channelers, but they didn't have the right size. So I've ordered some, and then we can finish the lights off once that's here. Typically, I actually bought enough cable, but because this one wanted a two-way switch that we can turn it off in the kitchen end and the living room end, I haven't got enough.
Whose fault's that then?
So we're sort of scratching our heads a bit now because we're stuck until the rope arrives to do the floor before we can do any sort of stud walling. We can't finish this off until Danny pulls a finger out and paints a tongue and groove.
I was going to do it tomorrow.
Can't do the bulkhead till we've done that. I've done as much of the cabling as I can. I can't do anything more in the engine bay because that's dangerous at the minute because it's propped up on a couple of bits of batten.
Great.
What else can we do, Drive? I mean, there's lots to do, but not right now. So I think we'll go back, paint the tongue groove, shall we?
Yeah. You wash up first? They cooked. Where's the bin?
Get back. No, I'll put time lapse on you washing up.
I don't want time lapse on me washing.
Okay.
So, scrap that. We are going to
Fit some mushroom vents.
fit some mushroom vents.
We got hold of some bolts off.
Yeah.
Rossi, thank you.
Thank you, Rossi. We've got some bolts and some taps, so we're going to start doing that. We've had lots of lovely kind people help us today. We also got a free washing machine. If it works, we're going to take it home and check that it works, which is smaller than the average one for a house, which is perfect for in here. And we've also got a free Hoover, which is a dream.
All the goodies today.
Oh, happy Monday.
Right. Coming out?
Yeah. So I don't know if I showed you the second coat that I did, but I gave it a second coat the day that I did the first coat, and this is what we're left with.
You want the bolt? Oh, let me show you. Like that. Up to that one.
So what do you do now? Drill a hole through or put this
drill a hole through first.
And then this, which is called a tap.
Right, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, now. Drill these out. Using a 4.2mm drill bit.
You know what?
4.2mm drill bit.
You're
5mm tap. Haven't got a hat, have I? Nice and silent. Are we ready? Nice and slowly. Oh, what's again with this?
What's that do?
Cutting compound. Keeps it cool. Lubricated.
Ooh. That's fun.
Hopefully I'm on the right thing now. Seems to drill way easier with that stuff. I'm going to buy some. Cutting and tapping non-drip compound.
But it's just for not tapping. So
And
you
drilling.
don't need it.
Cutting
Oh.
and tapping.
I bet that'll last you forever if that's how much Rossi
Rossi's
you've got.
used. Right.
I swear half of this boat build is just looking for stuff.
Lost our Allen keys. Right, go on, I need to go and buy some.
Oh.
Absolutely hammered down whilst I was gone. Gonna have to batten hatches real quick. So, right, let's do this then. Quick time. I'm gonna set the old camera up.
I'm going to take you inside because it's raining again. This might take a while. How are you doing up there?
Wet, cold, miserable.
You're miserable. Woohoo! Look at that.
Nice.
You love it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That looks great too. You want beer? One down, 5 to go. 4 to go.
He's gonna be rusty by tomorrow.
Oh, come on. But there's a rainbow out there somewhere. High five.
Oh mate. God. It's not just carrying. Just get off the roof. Come on, get in.
I love it. And as soon as Joe's finished, the skies are obviously blue again. Literally. Why? Why?
It's about right, isn't it?
You okay over there?
Yes.
because this door, we're getting a new one. Let me show you. Oh no. There's quite a big hole here, and the water sort of bounces up in between this and goes down there, which isn't ideal. So we're just going to put another bit of wood here for now until we get the doors, and then we'll like do it properly. But just for now, because winter is upon us. Isn't that right?
No.
They're good breaking my wall. You just tap it in, couldn't you? What's the chance that you'll trip over this?
Yeah, quite likely.
Better?
Yeah. See if that helps a bit.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna go home. Mr. Happy over here.
If you want my advice, just don't ever buy a boat.
I just can't cope with how the skies are literally blue again. Right. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow?
Don't know, I might quit.
See you tomorrow.
I'm just taking a break from editing this week's video, which gives me a chance to thank our sponsor Craft Insure once again supporting our humble channel. Craft Insure is a marine specific insurance company. Basically, if it floats, they insure it, and if it sinks, they're probably the best people to be with. Unlike Danni, they'll know port from starboard, which is reassuring when your home is actually your boat. Craft Insure is made up of a small team of boating enthusiasts who wish nothing more than bringing fellow boaters great value insurance. Their website is without doubt the easiest I've ever used. Literally 4 questions and Bob's your uncle. They'll give you 2 options for excess level and whether you want to pay monthly or in full. I've linked their website in the description, so go and try it out for yourself. Now back to the build. Good morning. I've got hopefully a couple of hours of sunshine over here before I'm supposed to absolutely chuck it down for 24 hours. So I'm going to try and finish off the 4 mushroom vents that I didn't get done yesterday. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but one of our engine mounts was cracked and I was going to get Kev to weld it for us, but once I took it off I realised it was alloy. So I got a local company who welded it for me, KMS Steel, in Hayden. So if anyone's local, they're a really helpful company. Literally just started to rain, got away with that. Could have done without losing the Allen key though. I'm going to have a spot of lunch and head home. carry on with a bit more work back there. So my homework for today is replacing. I better turn the radio off because so my homework for today is replacing these old bench tops that we had out on the bow deck. Now I've got some lovely live edge cedar, which is grown, milled, cut locally, and this, which I'm going to jigsaw around. Hello.
What are you doing?
Cedar. Bit soggy out there, isn't it?
How do you know that's the one I wanted?
It was.
Can
Definitely.
I sand it after?
Yeah, bro.
Have we got a sander?
Yeah. It smells so good. Nice.
Nice work! Now what?
Go and pick up our stain.
Lovely day.
And we're going to post Bill's t-shirt off.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon. Bit of a later start today. Danny's still at home, dog sitting and painting or staining 2 bits of cedar and some tongue and groove. The ropes arrived to put in between the floorboards. I'm going to try that today. Got 2 different sizes. So traditionally, people building yachts would use a product called Caulking, which is like a fabric soaked in tar to keep the water from going down on the deck on yachts and whatnot. I'm going to do a similar method but using Hessian rope, because obviously we don't really want tar in here on the floor. And obviously just decorative rather than actually keeping water out somewhat. Anyway, I'm not sure it's going to work, but it's worth a go. Wow. What is it all together then? Done this wrong already. I'll come back to that. Also, traditionally people use caulking irons. I've not got any, and they're quite expensive on eBay, so I'm going to use a couple of SDS bits and just hopefully tap the rope down in tight. Supposed to, on the open, you're supposed to twist it and put it in. I don't know if I need to do it quite as accurately with this, but let's get it in there. So first thoughts are, really pleased with it, but it's going to take quite a while. So I'm going to chuck the radio on, make a coffee, catch up with you in a few. Just just got a shout out on Radio X and my microphone didn't record it.
And hello to Danni and Joe, who say, Dan, you're helping us through renovating an old narrowboat at the moment. Any chance of some Oasis today? I'm thinking of squeezing some on. Plus our narrowboat build is on YouTube if you want to follow us. There you go, Danni and Joe. Go and find them. All our narrowboat fans out there.
It won't be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I've done 2 out of 9 rows, there's 7 left to do. I'm going to crack on with those tomorrow, but that is about all my knees and back can take for the day, so I'll see you in the morning. Got another half day over here today. I've been editing all morning, so I'm just going to chuck the radio on and crack on with it. That is the limit for my knees and back for today, and hands, so we'll be back tomorrow. Looking good though. Final day on the boat this week. I'm going to try and use up all the rope that I've got left, and I've got some more in the post. Got some slightly larger stuff to go in certain gaps, and then I've brought with me final bits of tongue and groove. Try and finish this off. I might attempt a bit of that. Then there's going to be plywood and got to sort the bulkhead out. That'll probably be next week, to be honest, but I'm going to crack on, put the old radio on. I've done all I can for now. I've basically run out of rope. I'd say we're 90% done. There's a little track here, hatch to do, tiny bit there. Yeah, it's looking good. Very pleased how it's turned out. My tripod's a bit awkward. Next I'm going to crack on with the tongue and groove, try and get this all done, which would be nice. So get these front in down. Ow. going to leave it there this week. We'll see you next week. Not sure what for yet, but plenty to do. Crikey.
I'm going to paint them like mushrooms.
Can't get in.
I love it.
Can you take this up, mate? I'll do the water thing.